Let's start sitting cross-legged. Cross one leg in front of the other and stretch your spine tall. And start by circling around your head. So chin to the chest and then go all the way around. Finding a nice soft stretch in the neck. And if you wave your chin down again, go the other way around. If it doesn't feel good for the neck, then make a half moon. Don't go all the way back. Last one. And if you're down with your chin, slowly lift your head and stretch up again. Nice, long, tall spine. Come to the front and start your Sufi circling around. Choose one side. Hands are on the knees. And you can make a big, more free movement. On the back side, pull your navel a little bit in. And on the front side, stretch more up. You can also choose to make more small circles. So as you like, make it a big movement or a smaller one. You have this natural way, so also go the other way around. Maybe also including your shoulders, making really big circles here. Just a few more. And make it a little bit smaller. Last ones. And at the end, make your spine tall again. And come to center. Then roll over your feet and come to a standing position. Place your feet wide, like 1 meter in between. The feet are on the same line. The toes are looking a little bit out. Check with your knees. If the knees are looking over your toes, then you're okay. Protecting your knees. You can keep a small bend in the knees and then gather your energy in front of your navel center. Bring the energy up on your inhalation. Gather the energy between your hands. Inhale, exhale, cross the arms, bend the knees and stretch the energy away. Inhale, lift the energy up. Feel that energy between the two hand palms again. And exhale, cross behind your head now. And really push the energy away. Inhale, bring the energy up. Exhale with a long spine, rolling down. And stay here for 1 or 2 breaths. Knees can be slightly bent. Then place one hand in the middle, open, side twist. Inhale, exhale through the middle, back foot comes up, make a nice twist, last change, and coming back to center, release the whole spine and the head down. Inhale, gather the energy, take it from earth and push it away, feeling energy between the hands again. Then stretch the arms up, really stretch, and dipping down with a long spine, bending the knees, bringing the energy up. Exhale, stretch arms, and bring the arms over. Inhale, come up, last time, stretch arms and legs, and inhale, bring the energy up, gather all your energy, and bring it back to your Hara center. We do it the second time, so you can also start by bringing the arms from the sides up on your inhalation. Feel energy between the hand palms. Inhale. Exhale, cross your arms and push the energy away to the sides. Inhale, bring the energy up again. Exhale, cross behind the head and push your energy away. Knees are bent. You can sit as deep as you want. Inhale, bring the energy up. Exhale, hand palms forward and with a long spine, roll down. Then bend the spine and maybe the knees a little bit. Inhale, twisting open to one side. Exhale to center. Inhale, open, twist. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, back foot comes up. And then come back to center. And really release the spine. Stay for a few breaths. Then come up, gather your energy from the earth and lift it up. Feel the energy between your hand palms. Then stretch the arms and dipping bird. Head between the knees. Inhale, coming up with bent knees. Exhale, stretch arms and legs. Inhale, bend knees, come up. Exhale, stretch arms and legs. And then inhale, gather the energy, bring it up. And then bring it back to your Hara center. Close your eyes and just feel the energy. Next, come onto your hands and knees, tabletop. Tuck your toes under or have the insteps on the mat. And then make a free cat, freestyle. So you can wiggle with your tail, you can give your shoulders a little rub, you can bend and arch, you can open the chest. So just feel what you're up to make it a little bit movement and a freestyle cat and cow. And then come to tabletop again for a few nice cat and cow. So exhale, round the spine. Inhale, open the chest, looking forward. You can place the hands a little bit wider if it feels better in the shoulders. So exhaling, round. Inhaling, looking up, opening the chest. A few more in your own rhythm with your own breath. And come back to tabletop. Then tuck your toes under and push yourself back in a downward dog with the knees bent. Nice long spine. From here you can stretch the legs out. Feel the nice stretch on the back of the legs. And then walk your dog. Bring a little bit of movement into it. Hands are flat on the mat, fingers spread, bend the knees, and stretch out to your downward dog, heels aiming of going to the mat, and walk again a little bit here. Find your downward dog, keep on breathing, and then bend the knees to one side and to the other. Have a little fun here. Maybe you can jump a little bit or just make it a nice movement in the whole body. A few more and then find your dog again. This nice V shape with high hips and breathe. Bring the knees down. Come onto your insteps. Keep your hips high above the knees and come into your puppy pose. So arms are stretched in this one And you can either choose to bring your forehead on the floor, or you can look up if you want. And sometimes this is really an intense stretch. So if you want to adjust it, just do so. You can come onto your lower arms. That makes it less intense between the shoulders, or you can even rest your head, making a pillow of your hands. So make it your own puppy dog here. Stretching all the way out, or having the lower arms on the floor. And just keep on breathing. The belly is soft. And just let gravity do its work here. We stay here for a little bit. So try to become comfortable in an uncomfortable situation. Don't think about it too much, and then slowly come back. Try this variation on your fingertips. Maybe widen the arms a little bit to give the shoulders a little bit more of space. Just a few breaths here. You can tuck the toes under as well. Adjust and then try to be still for a few breaths before you come out of the pose. And then interlock your hands, come onto your lower arms and push back for a dolphin. So walk the feet a little bit more in here, maybe coming onto your toes and then finding heels going to the mat. You can walk it if you want. And then just breathe. Don't forget to breathe. So maybe this pose is quite intense for you. We're not staying here too long, so just a few more breaths here. And then bring your knees down and make your way into a child pose. So big toes together, knees apart, or you can have the knees together if that feels better in your lower back. You can place your arms along your trunk, or you can bring them to the sides of your head with the elbows bent, and find that the spine is round and you drop everything here. Lower back is soft, the belly is soft, and feel also that the shoulders are soft in this restorative pose, the child pose. Taking a moment between the poses. And from here, we will stay longer in a series of more restorative poses. Just a few breaths. And then slowly come back up. And then come onto your fingertips. So stretch the arms. Really feel that you're stretching out. Then walk to one side. And again, bring the ears between the arms, long spine. Feel that the trunk is over your upper thigh. And then walk first back to the middle and stretch out again. Feel that you're in the middle before you walk to the other side. Bringing the trunk over your thigh. And stretched arms and fingertips on the floor. Slowly walk back to center. Stretch out. Last time here. look over your hands and walk yourself back. Sit with the buttocks onto the heels. Maybe you want to circle the hands a little bit and the shoulders to release some tension. And from here, I'm going to grip my cushion, and I can use it in the next pose. I prepare myself for a Bhujangasana. So I lay down on my belly, insteps on the mat, and in the Bhujangasana I place my insteps on the mat, and my hands I place them a little bit in front of my shoulders, and then I come up with my trunk, so it's a back bend in the lower back. I keep my buttocks wide here. If it's too intense, then this cushion is really welcome. You can place it under your chest, and then place the lower arms on the floor, and then you see the curve is less intense. So maybe this variation works better for you. See that the shoulders are nice and open away from the ears. If you want it more intense, you can also use the cushion to put it under your lower arms. So the hips are on the ground, insteps on the floor, and shoulders away from the ears, a nice opening in the chest. So it's a little bit higher than the other one. You can go back to the supported one. I'm doing so I just come a little bit more over and have the cushion under my chest and lower arms on the ground. I gaze in front of me, and I just take nice long breaths. Feel that all the vertebrae in my spine are okay, that there is space in the lower back. I can even choose to check if my head is nice and long. My head is loose and my neck is long, maybe gazing a little bit more with my nose towards the mat. Again, I focus on the sensations in my body and feel that when I'm a little bit longer in the pose, it becomes softer in the mind, but also in the body. So just staying in this pose. Focus on the breathing and observing the sensations. If you want to come earlier out of poses, always do so. Listen to your own body. You're the expert in your body. I can't feel what you're feeling. So if you feel something is really out of line, then come back earlier. When you go out of a pose, the stretch, the body really releases quickly, and there must be no pain. Okay, coming back, just push yourself up and the prop away, and then lay down on your belly. You can use your hands as a cushion and bring the toes towards each other. So here I let go in the legs and in the whole body. Just a little restore in between. You can wiggle with your buttocks always a little bit if that feels nice, and the lower back. Take advantage of this restore in between. And then slowly come up, bring your arms to the side, lay down on your belly, Then place one hand on shoulder level and bend one knee over and twist yourself up. So in this variation I looking up with my head, so I also have a little twist in my neck. So I'm pushing with that hand, that shoulder a little bit away. I can also look towards the floor if that feels better for my neck. It's a nice, delicious twist. One leg is stretched, the other is bent and placed behind the stretched leg, and the hand in front is placed on the mat and the elbow is bent. Keep on breathing. It's an intense twist. Just roll back onto your belly, arms to the sides, toes in. Few breaths of release before we are going to do the other side. So now it's the other arm that keeps being unstretched. And I bend the elbow, place the hand on shoulder level. Then I bend that knee, place it over and come into the twist. In this variation I place my head on the floor. I can bring that arm a little bit more up, and I can also choose the position of the hand on the mat. And if I find a nice twist, then I stay there for a few breaths. Finding stillness, doing nothing, and just letting the muscles and the fascia, the tissue between the muscles and the skin, release. The fascia needs a little bit more of time than muscles, so that's why I'm staying in this pose a little bit longer. Feel free to come back earlier out of the pose. And then roll on to your belly again, making a pillow of your hands and resting on your belly here. Maybe wiggling with your buttocks a little bit and your legs. And then take a few nice breaths. Really restore in between the poses. The difference between being in action and release. Like the inhalation is the action in the breathing, and the exhalation, the softening. Slowly come on to hands and knees. Cross the legs behind you and come to a sitting position. Stretch your legs out in front of you for your Dandasana. The feet can be hip wide. You can also place them a little bit wider if it feels nicer in your lower back. So feel that you can stretch up the whole trunk. Place the hands a little bit behind the hips. I'm on my fingertips. That makes it more possible to stretch the whole spine up, and I bring the crown of my head in line with the spine, and I just stay here for a few breaths. Dandasana, staff pose. You can flex the feet. You can also choose to just release the feet. Keep on breathing and keep on growing tall. exhale. Keep on breathing. Then let go. Get your cushion again. Place it next to you. And then roll with the trunk to the mat. Knees are bent. And I place that cushion under my buttocks. Variation of a bridge pose. So arms can be to the sides or over your head. You can stretch the legs out just as you like. If you feel something in your lower back, then place the feet back on the mat and have the knees bent. Always feel if your head is nicely placed. You can wiggle a little bit to feel that everything is in the right position. I bend my elbows a little bit here so that I can really soften in the hands and in the shoulders. And I replace my head. I let my nose look a little bit more to the ceiling or a little bit more to my chest. So it's a back bending position. I have a nice curve here in my spine. My buttock is supported and it feels really nice and soft. We stay here for, let's say, 1 minute more. So breathe from the belly into your chest. Feel the space you have in the chest here. Keep breathing. You can close your eyes or keep them open. Forehead is soft. And the focus is inside, observing sensations. The supported back bend always feels softer than when you have to do it by yourself. So you can bring your buttocks up to make it into an active bridge pose if you want. But I prefer the softening in the body and really feeling the opening in my chest and that I have a nice soft lower back. Stretching the arms over your head for the last few breaths is an option. And then place your elbows beside your trunk, come up with the buttocks, placing the cushion higher, just under the shoulder blade. So maybe wiggling a little bit to the back, so that the buttocks can be on the floor. Keep your knees bent or stretch them out. So this is a more intense back bend over the cushion. So see that your aim of bringing the shoulders to the floor, that the head is placed nicely, maybe wiggling a little bit over the back of the skull. And then find a position where you can breathe and just let the back bend happening. Maybe you feel more uncomfortable in this position. So just give the body some time to sink into the pose. You can use your exhalation to sink a little bit deeper. And if it doesn't feel okay for you, feel free to bend your knees and place the feet on the mat again. Let's stay here, let's say, for a minute more. So be open to the pose. Don't think that it has to be a certain way or that it was different previous time that you were practicing it. Just feel how it is for you in this moment of now. And just accept what is coming up. We are ready to come out. Make that bridge pose, so bring the hips up and then push the cushion away. Sink with your buttocks towards the mat and let the whole spine neutralize here. You can place your hands on your belly if you want, or more in the heart region. The knees can fall together. And just feel the effects of this intense back bend supported over a cushion. And if your lower back feels okay again, then bring your knees to your chest, hug yourself in here. Shoulders, bring them back to the mat, feel a nice long spine. And then make little circles. Or just rock from side to side, giving the lower back a nice massage and the whole spine. And then come to your half baby. So the legs are in a Baddha Konasana or butterfly. And I can hold from the outside the legs. Or I can grip the ankles, shoulders, aim of bringing them to the floor again. Spine is long. So it's a Supta kind of Baddha Konasana or half baby pose. And then stretch out to baby pose. So the knees are bent and I bring my feet closer towards my trunk. You can feel it in the groins, maybe on the backside of your upper legs. You're not staying here too long. And it can be a nice pose. So find your happy baby. Feel joyful, feel free. And then slowly bring the knees together again. Maybe wiggle a little bit. Open the arms to the sides. And then bring the knees to one side for your twist. If you want, you can cross one leg over the other and twist both legs to the floor. You can bring one hand on top of your knee to give a little bit of weight on that side. You can bring the head opposite of the twisting side, or you can choose to have the head in the middle or to rock a little bit over the back of the skull. Twistings are also restorative poses. They are delicious and keeping the spine nice and juicy. It's also detoxing the body and giving it energy. Roll back. Bring the knees to the chest. Come to center first. Interlock the hands around the knees. Arms to the sides and then twist to the other side. So, or both knees going to one side, or you can cross over one leg and then twist to that side. Again, you can Have one hand on top of that knee to give it some weight. Opening the arm to the side, rolling over the back of the head. Just find a nice position. And then try to find some stillness in the pose. You can also bend that elbow, finding a little bit more of a opening in that shoulder. If you have that arm open, you can have the hand palm up. You can also bring it down. Depends also on the mobility in your shoulder, or you can place one hand on top of your shoulder. You can make it softer. So also here, find your own nice twisting pose. We're going towards the end of the class. A few more breaths. And then slowly come out of the pose. Tuck your knees in again. Rock a little bit from side to side. Maybe bringing also the head up and rocking back and forward here. Having a little fun. Placing the head back on the mat. Placing the feet on the mat. And then stretching the legs out. And slowly make your way into your Savasana. So arms along the sides of the body, a little bit of distance between the body and the hands. Feet are apart. Roll the shoulders under you, tuck them under. And bring also the head in line with your spine as much as possible. And then drop the body to the floor. So take a deep inhale through the nose and exhale through nose or mouth, letting go. And do it one more time. Take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale, letting go. And feel that your eyes are softly closed. Touching, non-touching like a Buddha. The forehead is soft. The jaws are soft and your tongue is laying in the lower palate. Neck and throat soft. Shoulders, make them heavy. And also your buttocks and hips, make them heavy. Arms and legs, heavy on the mat. Fingers have their natural curling. If you need, you can take one more deep in and exhalation. And then draw your attention inwards towards your natural breathing. Focus on the breath. Stay with the breath. Just a few minutes of doing totally nothing. Surrendering yourselves to gravity. I will be silent for a few moments. And then I will bring you back. And then slowly deepen your breath a little bit. Maybe wiggling with your toes and fingers a little bit. Hugging the knees into your chest or stretching arms and legs over the head or to other sides. Just do what you need to do to waken up the body here a little bit. And when you're ready for it, slowly opening the eyes. Then roll to one side, using one hand to bring yourself up. Come and sit in a cross-legged position. Nice, long, tall spine. Roll the shoulders back and down. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, cross the lower arms. Bring the hands on the shoulders and hug yourself in. And then bring your hands to your heart. Close your eyes. Inhale, exhale. Bow your head to your heart, to yourself and the yoga tradition. So thank yourself for taking the time to do this practice. A moment to check in with yourself, focusing what is happening inside, observing and learning to be in the moment of now. Your next inhale, slowly lift your head and open up your eyes. Thank you for joining. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.